In a world where the bloom spreads like a plague, two warriors carry the last spark of hope. This is Eternal Light, Chapter 5, The Gardener's Sermon. The chapel loomed like a wound in the heart of Stillwater, its once white stone streaked with rust-red veins of bloom that pulsed faintly, like the slow heartbeat of something ancient. The double doors, swollen with damp, creaked as Eva pushed them open, releasing a wave of air heavy with the scent of loam, crushed petals, and something coppery beneath. The sight inside was a vision of beautiful, blasphemous horror. The pews were gone. In their place, the villagers, every man, woman, and child, stood fused into a single towering sculpture of flesh and crystal. Their bodies curved together in impossible angles, limbs and torsos entwined, held fast by thick cords of living bloom that spiraled around them like the roots of some obscene tree. The red crystal was not simply growth, it bloomed from their skin in petals and facets, refracting the dim candlelight into a kaleidoscope of blood and fire. Their heads tilted back as one, eyes glowed faintly from within, and their half-parted lips released a low, harmonic hum that filled the air, resonating deep in the bones. The sound was both a lullaby and a dirge, soft, endless, inescapable. They were alive, yet dreaming together, bound in a shared consciousness. At the altar stood a figure in robes of woven red bark and silver thread, her back turned. She tended to a shallow basin filled with water so dark it swallowed the light. "You are early," she said without turning. Her voice was calm and melodic, as if greeting a friend. "The symphony is not yet complete." Alanoor's voice cut through the hum like a blade. "What have you done to them?" The woman turned at last. A porcelain mask concealed her face, smooth and pale, etched with curling floral glyphs that seemed to writhe faintly. Her hands, long, elegant, and tipped with crystalline claws, rested lightly on the basin's rim. "I have done nothing they did not ask for," she said. "I offered release from the pain of solitude, the fractures of individuality. They accepted. Now they are part of something greater, a garden, a single root, one voice." Eva's gaze swept over the grotesque living sculpture, her stomach twisting. "This isn't a garden," she spat. "It's a prison." The gardener tilted her head as if studying a strange and willful weed. "Is it? They feel no fear, no hunger, no grief, only connection, only purpose. Is that not a mercy in a world as broken as this?" Her masked gaze lingered on Eva. "And you, the heart of the paradox. You carry both seed and scythe, the fire to create and the shadow to unmake. Which will you choose?" The words struck Eva like a hammer. She glanced at Alanoor, but he was already moving, steel flashing in a silver arc toward the gardener's heart. He never reached her. The chapel floor split and crystalline vines erupted upward, coiling around his legs and arms with whip-crack speed. He strained, muscles bunching. But the grip only tightened, humming with the same note as the villagers' unified song. "You are strong, Alanoor," the gardener said almost mournfully. "A perfect instrument of severance, but you cannot cut a song." She stepped closer to Eva. "Do you think the sage made you to be free, little paradox, or to be his final masterpiece, a key to open the bloom's last door?" Eva's chest burned with rage. Without thinking, she unleashed it. Blue ether blazed from her hands, striking the keystone of the vaulted ceiling above the altar. The impact roared through the chapel, cracks spiderwebbing across the stone. Dust cascaded down. Candles guttered. The gardener laughed, a sound like wind chimes in a storm. "So much power, so little focus. Do you think breaking the vessel matters? The roots run deeper than you dream." Her mask began to crack under the force of the ether. When it split, Eva froze. There was no human face beneath, only a lattice of mirrored crystal shifting and recombining, reflecting infinite versions of the world in endless fractal patterns. The sight made her dizzy, as if staring into a truth the mind could not bear. "Do not mistake me for your enemy," the gardener said softly. "I am the cure. And you are the soil in which I will grow perfection." Then she dissolved, petals of deep crimson scattering into the air, carried away on a sudden wind that burst through the chapel. The crystalline vines crumbled to dust, freeing Alanoor. The harmonic hum faltered, then ceased entirely. The villagers slumped within their fused prison, their glowing eyes dimming to empty, glassy stares. Silence claimed the chapel, vast and oppressive. Eva felt it settle into her bones. The bloom was not merely a plague, it was an idea, a faith, and its disciples did not die, they were planted. As they stepped back into the cold, still air of Stillwater, Eva could not shake the feeling that the gardener had not been defeated, only that her sermon had been interrupted, and somewhere in the roots of the bloom, her song continued to grow. If you felt the bloom's shadow today, there's more to come. Follow and join us in the fight. Watch the next chapter, Before the Garden Grows,